So something is now happening here in the United States, and the American people are furious because of what is now transpiring. Now, I'm going to address what is going on in this video, but I first want to address this one thing. Right now, there's many issues that the American people are facing. And when you look on the news, you look and see what our lawmakers are saying, or the president himself is saying. And he keeps on touting the economy and how unemployment is down. We see right now, we're seeing inflation is coming down, or technically it's disinflation. It's just not going up as quickly. And so he's touting the economy. Many people are doing the exact same thing, but I'm here to tell you that there are so many other crises that we're facing. It's not just the economy. The economy will be the one that gets impacted in the end. But there's something that's happening right now that the American people are very upset about. I want to show you what that is in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So something that we have discussed every single year right before an election. We saw this before the previous, the midterm election. We saw this before the election in 2020. This is something that is now coming back. We are now starting to talk about respiratory illnesses. And when I say illnesses, I mean illnesses. Multiple, more than one. Yes, we are seeing COVID cases come back. Are we concerned about it? No. But according to the White House, we need to be concerned about this. So I don't know if you are one of those people that are believing everything you're hearing. Some people do, some people don't. Do you believe what the White House says? Do you believe what the CDC says? Are you believing what the World Health Organization is telling us? Because right now, all three of those are operating under kind of a different agenda. And that's troubling. But look what's happening right now. COVID mask mandates return to California, Illinois, and New York. That's happening as we end 2023. Well, what's frustrating about all this is we're getting all these reports that you should stay inside if you have a little cough. Don't go out. Yeah, maybe. Maybe this is the case. I don't know. I'm not a health professional, but I do know what the majority of Americans are doing, and this is causing a problem not to the states, but to some stores and to hospitals. Because what we continue to see is we see this. I want to show you this chart right here. This is the 2023-2024 influenza season, week 51, ending December 23rd, 2023. If you look at this chart, in the green, these are minimal activity levels. This is for influenza. This is the flu season. Okay? This is not COVID. This is not RSV. This is the flu season. All right? So these states in green, these are the ones that have very low activity. But also, something else you need to keep in mind, those are also states that, according to reports, have the least amount of available medication at stores like Walgreens and Rite Aid and Walmart. Guess what? People in these states are actually trying to treat their cold themselves, whether it's a cold, RSV, or it's COVID. They're staying home, they're trying to treat it themselves. They're not going to hospitals. Well, you look here in Washington State, we got high activity level. Look here in Nevada and California, it's very high. Or you come down here to New Mexico, it is very, very high. This is the highest it can be, if you can see over here at the activity level. And that's even right here in South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Tennessee. They are all at the highest level they can be at right now. But what we continue to face is, well, what do we do? Well, this is why we're seeing these new reports that now more and more places are bringing back mask mandates. For example, Mass General Brigham is bringing back mask mandates as Boston area COVID wastewater surges and infections rise. They're not the only ones, though. Here in Washington State, we also know that Kaiser Permanente reintroduced mask mandates for all their staff here in Washington State, and this just happened a few days ago. Well, guess what? Hospitals across the country are now bringing back their COVID mask mandates as well. And they're not just talking about the rinky-dink little mask. I still have one right here. I keep it to remind me of the fun times we had over the past 3 years. But these hospitals don't want you wearing this. They want you to wear an N95 mask, which now we're starting to see there are some shortages of the N95 mask in certain stores. Now, I'm not here to tell you that, well, you need to go and get a mask and do all this stuff. No, that's not what I'm here to tell you. I'm not here to spread this fear that, oh, it's coming back. We are going to see a shutdown like nothing before. That's not what I'm here to tell you. What I'm here to tell you is we are going to be experiencing, and this isn't from me. Again, I'm not a health professional. I'm not. I'm a guy here doing videos on YouTube. Okay, I didn't go to medical school. I don't have a degree in that. Okay, if you need some surgery, don't come calling me. I can't do it. But what I do is I do my research, and based off all the research I've done, health professionals, not just people in hospitals and clinic, actual health professionals, people in the field as well. What we are hearing is that what we can do right now is if we do contract COVID or we think it's COVID, one, we could take a test. Or if you don't want to take a test, you don't have to. Just stay home for a few days and you will figure out whether or not you have it or not. You will be able to tell based off how you feel that maybe you do have it, maybe you don't. But in the majority of cases, it's not COVID. It is RSV and the flu. The majority of cases that we are seeing right now is the flu. But when you couple the flu with RSV, what we're seeing people come in to clinics and hospitals with the chills. Okay? They get the chills. Sometimes they get a fever. Then they get a cough and they have cough attacks for upwards of 30 minutes. Okay? These are the respiratory illnesses that experts say we are going to be facing over the next few years until our bodies can adapt and understand how to fight these different viruses, when to fight them. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Right now, what we're hearing is based on recent studies is that Americans are not going to go into a hospital or a clinic. Just because they have a cough does not mean they have to go into a hospital or a clinic. Just because they have a fever, just because they have a sore throat, doesn't mean they're going to go into a hospital or clinic. According to these recent studies, they say Americans are attempting to cure their symptoms on their own. They are staying home. They are going to pharmacies and buying medicine, over-the-counter medicine, like for a cough, for fever, for a sore throat, things like that. But this is the one concern, is that Americans are able to kind of calm these symptoms, cure it on their own. I'm not saying everybody will, but some are attempting to. Some are successful at doing so. And the majority are mild cases. But even mild cases can spread and turn into a more severe case. That's the concern. So experts are telling us if you are worried that yes, you may be contagious, just don't be around somebody that has a compromised immune system, an older person, younger kids. Just don't do it. Also, if you can, go to a Rite Aid or a Walgreens and they have the medication, buy it and attempt to, fix this on your own. You don't have to go into a hospital or clinic. Okay? With that said, these are health experts that are telling us this. And so if that is what you're planning on doing, great. But what's so concerning and why Americans are furious is because we continue to get these reports that, oh, you want to go into this place? Well, you need a mask. You want to go into that place? Sorry, you need a mask. Oh, you want reservations into our restaurant? Sorry, you need a mask. Now again, it's the business owners. It's their if they want to, ban anybody from not entering their business because they don't have a mask. It's their right. It's their business. But at the same time, just don't expect. Okay, well, you're struggling because there's a new mask mandate in place, and now you're hoping to get funding from the federal government. Well, it's not coming. It's not going to happen. And this is why Americans are furious, that they don't want to see businesses, pretty much shunning people, getting them out of their business, and then asking for the federal government to step in and help them pay for their bills. So we're going to see what happens. But what I can tell you is over the next couple of months, we are likely to see an increase in mask mandates and pressure from the federal government. You can go and get your little shot or keep your mask on. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But the one thing I ask is, what are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. How do you feel about this? But again, that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.